Shaped by Sound is a co-production of PBS North Carolina and the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. The series is presented by Come Here, North Carolina.
I'm James Wichkowski, and this is Shaped by Sound. Listening to dreamy country music by Blue Cactus might make you feel like you're floating or you've got your head in the clouds. And that's the point. For Steph and Mario, their music is inspired by many things, and for now it's about looking upward and searching for silver linings. Today on Shaped by Sound, performing for us among the clouds with a full band and in conversation with me, this is Blue Cactus. Can you speak to the name Blue Cactus? Where did that come from?
It came from, the beginning of getting into like country music a lot together. And we were really getting into like Western wear too. We were just embracing everything about the genre, Mm-hmm. And so the first Western wear shirt that he bought had cactuses like embroidered all over it. Mm. And I happened to notice we were playing one of our first gigs and we didn't have a band name yet, but it was kind of dark in there. And I just happened to notice, I think the cactuses on your shirt are blue. I was like, is that a blue cactus? And he was like, yeah. And then I don't know, it just immediately clicked because I was sensitive to trying to think of a band name. We were both in that headspace. And I was like, well, that would actually be a really good band name. And like, we both agreed, which is not very common really, to be honest. So I think that was a good sign. Like it felt like it sounded like the music we were making together.
Yeah. I mean, it came off of a Western wear shirt. So I feel like it definitely is some sort of symbolic of that, right? Mm-hmm. Wow. Did you say that out loud and go, band name called it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steph likes to say we don't agree all the time, but I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I could tell you one more thing, I'd be softer, I wouldn't be so mean, and I'd just listen to what you say. When you're looking away, you ain't gotta say anything. Oh, I hear you. If I could see you come next spring, I'd shower you with love, kisses raining from above, and we go dancing when the music plays. I ain't no Fred Astaire, you don't seem to care anyways. Oh, I see you. Are we going or are we coming back? Are we going or are we coming back? Are we going or are we coming back? Are we walking or are we running out of time? If I could tell you one more thing, I just listen to what you're saying.
So I want to talk a little bit about sort of the aesthetic of the show. Steph, when we were talking to you both actually, about sort of the themes that we were going on, you said that you were a big cloud nerd. What is it about the clouds for you?
I think by nerd, I don't mean I'm an expert by any means, but I just really appreciate them. And I think like a lot of times we have been taught or something that like cloudy days are not pretty or something. And I find like blue skies are kind of boring. And I think the sky just is more interesting when there are clouds and they're constantly changing shapes and you can see different things when they do that, and yeah. So I think a lot of people think of clouds as like negative, but actually they bring a lot of beauty. And you can't really have a rainbow without the clouds.
What is it about playing music and just being in this band that brings you joy?
I love our band so much. And we've been so fortunate to play with many different people over the years who I all love very deeply. It means a lot that other people care about the music that we're creating and that they want to put the time and energy into learning these songs and bringing their ideas to the process as well.
Yeah, being able to feel the energy kind of multiply, because we're used to, of course, starting everything with the two of us and kind of feeling the whole thing kind of spread out further, on, with the whole stage and everything. And today with clouds and a whole bunch of other things going on. Yeah.
These people really care. They're just good friends. I mean, like, it's not an easy career path. I will say that. I mean, like, I don't know if we'll ever, like, quote unquote, make it. It's just like, but when it feels really hard, those are the people we turn to talk about that struggle.
Everyone says when it rains, it pours. I ain't seen this kind of rain before. Soak me to the bone, nowhere to hang out and dry me. And all the ones with all the answers ain't got the time. They're running round in circles on an uphill climb. Sunshine in a memory. Close my eyes. I don't know if I'm getting better, if I'm getting worse. I'll get by. Seems the older I get, the faster time flies. Waiting for the good thing, just passing me by. Lying to myself when I said it's alright. Oh, and I don't know if I'm getting better, if I'm getting worse. Oh, where's that silver lining? How long must I keep on climbing till I can see it shining over me? Oh, where's that silver lining? How long must I keep on climbing? I know I'm gonna see it shining over me. Everyone says when it rains, it pours. I ain't seen this kind of rain before.
So Kings is a song that's going to be on the new record too. That was inspired by growing up with my little brother. When we were kids, we actually lived in like this little trailer park out in the country. It was like really near a patch of woods, and we'd spend all day playing out in the woods together, like building forts and just being kids. And and as we grew up and got older, like he sort of got involved in some trouble later, like as a teenager, because it's tough sometimes in a small town if you don't have an outlet to express yourself. And unfortunately, like the opioid epidemic is pretty bad in places like that. And so, he was kind of heading down that path for a bit, and thankfully his life turned around. He got involved in the Air Force, which was a huge shift for him. But that song was really just about us growing up together, and then him being in the Air Force and on a deployment where he told me later that he thought he was going to die. And I just like never think about losing people that you love. But I think I certainly thought about it after he told me that he thought he was going to die. And like, just kind of reflected on our time together. And when you're kids, you never realize how precious that time is. You just can't.
Yeah.
But as an adult now, I just like give anything to go back to being that little kid with him at the trailer park building forts in the woods.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you remember feeling small and lost in all the trees high above our heads? Rusted box springs and all the broken things in our junkyard kingdom. We used to be kings. But you need another upper to go. I let you to say how proud you had made him and you turned out right. Staring down the scope, your finger on the trigger, the ringing and the shimmer of the bullets raining nearer. You remember feeling small and lost in all the trees high above our heads. Listening to metal and rusted out barrels, the old broken tire of a junkyard swing.
It's easy to be overwhelmed by a lot of things going on in the world, particularly right now. And I mean, I think a lot of us turn to something like music and art to sometimes be kind of a shelter to turn to and kind of be reminded of something greater than the constant anxiety and sort of feedback loop you can get into of thinking about a lot of negative things going on.
Yeah, or it can be a blanket to just feel that deeper too. Like,
yeah.
I think the world is a pretty dark place in a lot of ways, especially right now. And sometimes you just want to like acknowledge that and listen to music that can explore that well. And like, again, it gives you permission to like feel it and to let your emotions be present and to cry, as well as like helping you like lift out of those feelings when you need to do that too. Yeah.
As creators, how does that make you feel that you get to kind of make that music that can do that for somebody else?
I think that's the whole reason that we do it.
Yeah.
North Carolina really has such a rich, deep music community, and I'm excited for folks to really get to see that more through the show y'all are producing. So, yeah.
Well, thank you. And it's because of folks like you that, we get to do this. So it's a pleasure. Thank you all.
Cool.
Thank you.
trails cutting up the sky. 4,000 miles away. Tiny man in a silver can went to the stars and back again, 'cause he can. This whole world full of fever, bound to make me a believer. Into the flame, fade to nothing. Just dying to feel something, something. You might be high long enough to know you won't stay gone, won't stay gone. You might be young and on enough, but you won't stay long, won't stay long. Long enough to make a believer. All grown up like a kid,
Thanks for joining us on Shaped by Sound. If you'd like to hear the songs we discussed today, you can find them over on our website at pbsnc.org/Shaped by Sound. Or you can find them on YouTube.
Shaped by Sound is a co-production of PBS North Carolina and the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. The series is presented by Come Here, North Carolina.